I want to begin by giving all the praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakakwadash, the belongs to our faithful leadership, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, ruling well, teaching well over the flock. Peace, mercy, and grace to the household of faith, the elect, the tabernacle of David, Shalom, and welcome back to another lesson. And in this lesson, man, I wanted to talk about pretty much, how we've been made conquerors of our adversity, which one of the brothers in our camp, the GMS Atlanta camp, just did a video titled Conquering Adversity, which it was the spirit, because I wanted to go into this same topic as well, because I just conquered, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I just conquered some adversity. And I guess I'll start with the etymology of conqueror. All right, conqueror is one who wins a country, subjugates a people, or defeats an adversary. All right, in which we always say that Satan, all right, means adversary. You see, adversary. Satan means adversary, and that's why we say that. When you look at on the earth, the nation that's most adverse to righteousness and to life are the Edomites. That's why we say that these people are the devil. Because their ways are so adverse, and the scriptures tell you that they would come after the image, after the likeness of Satan. In Thessalonians, they would come after the like of Satan. And one thing, that we learn from the story of Job is that the Most High will use Satan to bring adversity into your life. But see, what we've been given is the spirit to endure and conquer these things through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so let me go ahead and get this precept, and then we'll go ahead and continue. This is Romans 8:35. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. So anything that we go through in our lives, we can conquer it. Which, going back to that etymology of conquer, all right, it goes back to the old French, which means to conquer, to defeat. All right, so we can defeat, these situations that come about in our lives. Continuing on, procure by effort or win. You see, we're winners. All right, through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and as Apostle Paul said, man, listen, man, we're conquerors through him that loved us, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is with us. Let's get Matthew real quick, 28:19. Okay, don't think it's strange when you're going through these things, man. The Lord is right there in the midst of it with you. This is Matthew 28:19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations. This is what Yahweh Shai is saying in red letter, all right, to the disciples, all right, in the spirit, us. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world, man. So even right now, as the scripture says, the end of the world is Esau. We're in the time of Esau. We're in the time of the fall of Babylon. The Lord Yahweh Shai is right here with us, man. He's with us. He's in the spirit with us. And we're through him and his help. All right, we're conquering the adversity in our lives. We're conquering Satan, all right, with the aid of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I was inspired to do this, man. I had just went through some I just had a real bad back issue appear out of nowhere about a week or two ago. And this back issue, I was like, man, that shit felt like it's on the spine. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out, because usually it'll come and it'll go, like after a day. I rest and then it'll be gone. This time it was sticking with me like 3-4 days. I was like, shit, what am I gonna do? Because it's affecting how I move. It's like, bro, I don't even want to leave the house. It's getting hard for me to walk. So I prayed to the Lord about it, and I just waited. And the Lord answered by telling me in my thoughts to go seek a spine doctor, to get start off with a x-ray. Started off with the x-ray, and then I saw that I had some lordosis going on in the spine, which is it's a way that my lumbar spine, my lower spine and my back is curving a certain kind of way, which is causing the vertebrae to press up against each other, and you got those nerves in there, so they're pressing up, the bones is pressing on the bone, and that's what it was. So I went and saw a chiropractor, the chiropractor, and he did a technique which helped out, right? And I was like, man, what can I do in the meantime? So I'm still praying to the Lord because I'm still going through it, and a thought came to get my ass on the inversion table, because I used to have one, and that's where you get on them little tables and hang upside down, and you let gravity traction your spine. And then, as I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, that makes sense though. To get up, lay upside down, let gravity create that space, and you know what I'm saying? That'll get my spine back in the proper way it needs to be lined. That'll create that space in between those vertebrae. And so I did that the other day, and man, that was it. Noticed a great improvement. Did it again that same day. Did it again the next day, which was yesterday, and I've been noticing improvement, and I'm like, man, you know, I feel like, okay, it was some adversity, it was some fire, it was tough. You know, I was at camp last Saturday. It was kind of hard for me to salute brothers. I'm walking and like, I'm fucked up, but you know what I'm saying, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, me being patient, me praying to the Lord. This is a lot of times how the Lord will answer you, you know, just in your own thoughts. He'll give you certain thoughts, or bring certain people around, put an ad in front of you, put something, you know, and it's the Lord answering you and you know, giving you a solution so that you can apply that and conquer your situation. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Sirach, the 2nd chapter, real quick. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So I'm gonna read that again. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. So let's start at the top, because let's get the context. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, so it ain't gonna be an easy walk serving the Lord. So verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So when shit happen, you gotta chill, you gotta wait. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away. So cleave unto him, pray to him, right? Talk to him. You see? That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. We mentioned Job earlier. Job, perfect example. He cleaved unto the Lord, he didn't depart away, and the Lord increased him in the latter end. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. See, and when you going through shit, first mindset you should have, let's get what's that? Where's that at? Let's get Micah 7:9. And it says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. NLT, I will be patient as the Lord punishes me, for I have sinned against him. You see? And that's the mindset you want to have. Hey, I'm going to be patient as the Lord punishes me, because when you're going through shit, you got to look at it as, hey, it's probably the Lord punishing you. He visiting you. You see? The scriptures talk about a son endureth chastening. You see? So going back to 2, and it says, and be patient when Sirach 2:4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Because when you're going through that fire, you're being taken to a lower state. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, and we read about the forefathers, the prophets. You know, we reading about acceptable men that withstood the trials of the fire. Verse 6, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? And whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy and long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. All right, so going through the situation, sometimes you just got to be like, man, fuck it, man. I'm going through it. The Lord know I'm going through it. Help me, please. Please, Lord. Because he know what you're going through. He see it. Because you don't go through nothing that the Lord doesn't sanction for you to go through. Going back to the Job example once more. Satan didn't start hitting Job until the Most High gave him the permission. All right, so same thing today. The Most High giving Satan permission to do what he do. But guess what? Through Yahweh Shai, we overcoming and conquering Satan. All right, so continue your fight. The good fight of faith, continue to overcome Satan, which is overcoming adversary, all right, or adversity via the adversary, all right. That's what I said, both the words together. But continuing that, man, may the Lord be with you, may the Lord strengthen you, and you continue to fight the fight, man. We almost out of here. I pray it was edifying and comforting lesson. Until the next one, shalom.